One of the biggest debates in recent times has been the argument that seasonal anime is getting worse. And you can see both sides, you know. Looking at 2021 in particular, there have been some absolute stinkers, whilst there has also been some pretty big hits, such as Mushoku Tensei, Nagatoro, Wonder Egg Priority, except that last episode thing, Tokyo Revengers, etc. As always, we've had some pretty amazing shows fly completely under the radar, and it would be completely naive to ignore the fact that, yes, the bigger continuations have been carrying it this year. But even a couple of them have fallen short. The Promised Neverland Season 2, remember that speedrun? My Villain Academia, or lack thereof, with My Hero Academia's Strange Season 5. I'm here today to tell you why, despite the huge successes of series such as Attack on Titan final season, as well as Season 2 of both ReZero and Slime, that this year, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid stands above them all, not only as Anime of the Year, but also as the most important Anime of the Year. Yes, I could smell those dislikes, bathe in those dislikes, but hear me out. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid falls under a mixture of categories: fantasy, comedy, slice of life, Yuri even, and yeah, let's just say that I'm partial to a bit of Yuri, so I was hooked. Anyway, the story follows a human by the name of Kobayashi, a normal, everyday office worker who lives on her own and who also, doesn't tend to push the boat out, let's say. One night, while walking home drunk from a bar, Kobayashi encounters a dragon called Toru. She befriends Toru and ends up employing her to serve as her maid. Now, the two end up living together, and the story follows their daily comic adventures and introduces more dragons along the way. But bro, you said this stood above Attack on Titan. You're wrong, so wrong. And yes, before I get those death threats on Twitter, let me tell you why I say this. So, Dragon Maid is not just a freaking fantastic anime with, good story, cute AF characters, an amazing soundtrack, and some girl on dragon girl action. What? Nay, it is more than that. Bigger, in fact. It's the success story of one of the most devastating things to happen in anime. Now, Dragon Maid first aired back in the winter season of 2017, and it's finally back. Not only is it back, but it also marks the triumphant return of Kyoto Animation. Kyoto Animation is one of Japan's most acclaimed and beloved anime studios, known for titles such as the mentioned Dragon Maid, K-On!, Clannad, Chunibyo, and many, many more. In July of 2019, Kyoto Animation fell victim to a tragic arson attack that took the lives of around 36 people and injured a further 33. It was the most deadly massacre in Japan since World War II and the deadliest building fire in Japan since 2001. It was truly a devastating and catastrophic incident that shocked the entire anime world. Understandably, after an incident such as this, it was going to take a few years to rebuild and rise again, but that they did. With Dragon Maid Season 2 as their first major release, they have come back with an absolute bang. There was also the Violet Evergarden movie as well, which was a fucking beautiful masterpiece. Watch that if you get the chance. I mean, it will break you emotionally, but so worth it. Anyway, the second season of Dragon Maid is like being reunited with friends. Like the ones you go without seeing for years, and then when you eventually meet up, you pick up like absolutely nothing had happened at all. We return to the apartment of Miss Kobayashi along with her family of dragons, and from that very first instant, it felt like we were returning home ourselves. And a lot of series tend to fall short here. They try to push an anime that had a popular first season by going too far, returning with that air quote upgraded version that really does nothing for the fan base but remove a lot of the quirks we fell in love with that series for in the first place, but not with Dragon Maid. First of all, the animation. The animation in Dragon Maid's second season is absolutely gorgeous. It's like a visual gift for your eyeballs, man. The vibrancy in its colors really pop, and the detail put into bringing our favorite dragons to life is an absolute treat. I just sit back in awe of its beauty, and I can only make that French chef kiss gesture, Dragon Maid is just something else. Beneath all of its quirks, and, let's not forget fan service, it is a story that just offers so much more. It tackles some pretty interesting themes in its episodes, and where Dragon Maid truly shines for me is in its cast of characters and the relationship builds that occur between them. Dragon Maid tends to get a fair bit of stick for its girl on Dragon Girl topics, but that really doesn't matter. It's a story of connection and how introducing a new person into your life can completely change it. And yes, like I mentioned, I absolutely love the relationship builds between these characters, but in particular between that of Toru and Kobayashi. It balances out the show's light-hearted humor with some pretty deep moments. Now, Dragon Maid Season 2 wasn't without its controversies. In fact, it drew quite a lot of hate from the Western anime community months before it had even began airing, and that was all to do with the latest character introduced into the anime. Ilulu. Haters gotta hate, and the internet loves to cancel, of course, and when their eyes first met the short dragon girl with the big boobers, they absolutely lost their shit. How can this be right? Her boobs offend me, echoed the voices that had long fallen quiet since 2020's summer season's Uzaki-chan. The haters took to their Twitter accounts and put out their opinions on YouTube, but this only strengthened the attention and brought more eyes to Dragon Maid pre-release. And again, hats off to Kyoto Ani for not backing down on their decision to keep Ilulu as she is. She is a really well-designed character that joins a lineup of other dragons that are all in their own way just trying to figure out life, right? And that's another core strength of Dragon Maid. Yes, we have the over-the-top fan service of Lukua, the dark and mysterious Fafnir that is unimpressed by everything and everyone around him, but they are each just trying to adjust to the world they now live in their own way. Kana is a great example of this and, the kind of topics that Dragon Maid tackles in how she wanted to attend school, to fit in with a way of life that was unfamiliar to her. Dragon Maid's character depth is just something very special, and there is something about each one of them that I can relate to. And not just that, but it's all done in such a way that you just get, all whilst throwing in this very happy vibe to the show. Dragon Maid just warms my heart, man, and I absolutely adore everything about this show. It's almost a kind of pick-me-up in which just seeing Toru's antics can instantly put a smile on my face. And there are just so many moments that make me laugh.
A D! It stands for dragon!
But in a nutshell, Dragon Maid is absolutely killing it this season. This year, in fact. Let's face it, the world has pretty much gone to shit in the last couple of years thanks to COVID. A lot of people have lost so much, and we are pretty much a defeated being. If ever have we all as human beings understood the importance of connection between one another, to laugh, love, and enjoy every single moment that is our own lives with the people we hold dear within it, it's now. Dragon Maid shows us the importance of these values that we had long forgotten, that we had long taken for granted, and Kyoto Animation's rebirth is a representation that, yes, you can knock us down, yes, you can bring our whole lives to a complete standstill, but we will be back. We will be bigger, stronger, and better than ever before. All we need is a little time. This is why Dragon Maid is the most important anime this year. It is so much more than just an anime. Yeah, hot take. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please do let me know what you think in the comments. This is a pretty different video for me, right? Of course, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you do not miss any future videos. And whilst you wait for said videos to drop, make sure to check out my Dragon Maid playlist full of character facts and more. As always, a huge shout out to Warwick, Animator22, Brian, Blake, Andrew, BS Tuna, Emmeline, Kivase, Chris, S-Tau High, and Zintac for supporting me on Patreon. Don't forget to head on over there yourself to check out the amazing rewards on offer now. But that is it from me. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Peace!